So hello everyone. How are you all doing? So till now we have discussed about tracking tools. So uh, you know we discussed about Boolean searches, research tools rather I would say research tools, Boolean searches. We have different kind of Boolean searches which would help you to generate good uh, research, how to do your effective research. Now from today onwards I will be discussing about, I think it will take two or maximum three videos for me to discuss about the monitoring solutions, the solutions which you can use to monitor different kind of. So let's just take an example. This is another thing. This is research tools are for both, a fresher and an experienced person. But these monitoring tools are usually for people who are doing regular monitoring work, regular projects basically, who need to track or monitor certain companies, certain websites. So it's not humanly possible to check everything on a daily basis. So these tools help us to you know do that tracking basically. So now let's move and talk about what are these tools. So these tools or techniques basically. So let me tell you a situation. For example, you are working in NSCLC, non-small cell lung cancer, and you have a whole year tracking project basically. So your client has told you that whatever happens or whatever changes happen in the landscape of certain you know company basically within the NSCLC space, I need to know on the immediate basis also, and I need to know on a in a quarterly basis also. So to do that, do you think in a landscape like NSCLC, there are close to 100 plus molecules, and for that kind of number of molecules, it's really very difficult for one person to do effective monitoring and also share updates with his clients. And imagine that if that same person is working on two or three projects. So to to save your time in terms of daily monitoring, I am going to share these tools and techniques which will help you effectively monitor companies. And once we do that, we will move on to the new phases of more information. So today I'm trying to discuss about three techniques, specifically RSS aggregators or RSS feeds basically. Then is page monitor. Then comes email alerts. Okay, and I'll show you that as well. One example of such as well. Then, if we have time, we will discuss about Google Alerts. If not, then maybe in our next video we will discuss about Google Alerts along with the other techniques, basically. So let's move on. Let's move to first. Let's start with RSS feeds. So, what are RSS feeds? So, you must have on a daily basis, you must have visited a lot of news websites and a lot of other platforms. There, you might have seen this kind of a symbol, a orange symbol with this Wi-Fi kind of an outlook, basically. So these are called RSS. This is an RSS symbol, basically. So you can put an RSS feed. So how does this happen? So what's the use first? So the use is basically RSS feeds help you monitor companies news websites effectively. So imagine that you are doing 100 companies, and then above that, you need to monitor certain more websites like Pharma Shots or Fears Biotech, Endpoint, all those kind of websites who generate a lot of content, beyond the news as well. So imagine 100 plus 10, 20 of these such websites. Do you think it is humanly possible for you to every day monitor? No, it is not. So hence we have come, this RSS feed helps. So now I'll show you how this works. So one second, let me just show you this. So first we'll go on Chrome web store. You can just simply Google. So once you do that, you will find this. Obviously, I have done a bookmark. Okay, tell you about the bookmarks also. So once I do that, here is my RSS. Sorry, my Chrome web store. Here is the web store. Now I'll search here RSS aggregator. So once I do that, here you can see that there should be more. I think I've done some sort of yeah, I've done a spelling mistake here. See, there are a lot of RSS aggregators. I particularly use this aggregator. I'll tell you the reasons. I have used others also, but I particularly use this one, this RSS aggregator. So I'll click on this and go here. Here already it is installed, so it will tell me install on Chrome. Once you do that, it will show here, and once you do that, you have to click on this extension or extension sign, pin it. So for example, this one I have not pinned it, so it's not visible here. But once you pin it, let's see. Once you pin it, it will start showing here. It is being visible here. So pin your RSS aggregator here. So once you do that, okay. Once we do this, then it will be shown from here. And once you do that, you click here on this. So once you click on this, this kind of a page will open up. So you might think that Himanshu has not placed any RSS feeds himself and he's teaching us. So it's not the case. I have removed all my RSS feeds just to show you. Okay, so how you can put or how you can subscribe to an RSS feed basically. So I have already opened few RSS feeds to show you. Okay, so let's just go with one example. Here is one. So I opened Fears Pharma, a news platform for its RSS feed. So what I'll do is I'll click on this, try and not click on it in the same file, same page basically. Try and click by pressing the control so that it opens up in the new tab. I'll tell you the reason also why I said this. So if I click on this, it will open up in a new tab. It will show me this. I click on the subscribe, and here are all the Fierce Biotech stories started showing up. Now, the reason why I asked you not to click on it directly and open it in a new tab, the reason is once you do this, it will open on the same page, and then you have to search for this page again because it will close the window close the tab basically once the way you saw it closed the tab and it started showing here. That's why asked you to open it in a new tab. So I'll do this. Okay, so all stories we have done. So you can see there are multiple. It's showing all stories, all stories. You can remove those which are not active. So how to remove this? Let me tell you. Click on right click on this, delete. You'll delete it. Then right click on this, then delete it. Okay. Now you can see that there are multiple names showing all stories, and we have already seen here that this is of different all stories, pharma section, animal health. These are all different sections. So let's go back. So for example, this is all stories. Let it be. Now this one is basically about pharma. So let's go on to the in the properties and get the name of the story. So, for example, this is uh, feeds. You might think that why I'm doing this. The reason I'm doing this is because this will help me understand which. So, not every day I want to go and check out animal health stories or animal health news, but if I don't have the names, I'll not be able to differentiate which section is for what. So I'll do this. It changed the name. Now let me tell you another thing about this. So you can click at what time it should refresh. So basically happens is RSS feed goes and crawls at all the websites uh, on the website basically which you have subscribed to. It crawls there and it refreshes at a particular time. Here it is showing every 3 hours. I can do it every 5 minutes, I can do it every 30 minutes. Depends on how frequently I want these news. Okay, so for example every 30 minutes, so it will refresh after every 30 minutes and start showing me news. Now I have done this, then I can group them. So how I can group them? For example, I have created, let's say, see, it automatically subgrouped itself in the animal health tab. Now I can even update it like this. So it may it initially you might think that why I'm doing or I'm telling you all this is because it will make your life easy. It will sort it out for you. Now if you want to refresh the whole page, you can just click on this and it will refresh the whole thing. Obviously, there is no refresh at the moment because we've just added these feeds. This is going to refresh all, and this is going to refresh only this section, the one you have selected. So at this moment, I have selected animal health, so it will refresh. If I click on here, it will refresh the animal health page. But if I click on this, see, it showed me, it updated it. Now there is another way of doing this. What's the other way? Let's just do this. I clicked on this, copy link address. I click on the plus sign. I put it here and voila. Obviously this is added. Let me just do it for another website. Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. So I click on this. I copy the link address. Hopefully this should work. So it did not show me any that page. It just automatically added here. Okay, so that's also something what you can do. Um, for example, let's say this one, case studies. I subscribe to it. There is no nothing. Okay, so this is how you can subscribe. This Pharma IQ website has a lot of RSS feeds. Okay, so you don't need to subscribe to all. You need to check out which which are the ones which you want to add or subscribe to, and then put it here. Then goes how to put it on pharma companies. So there are two ways of doing this. Searching RSS feeds on pharma companies. One way is that I'll show you. Way number one. Way number one is go onto your Google. For example, I want to put it on Jazz Pharmaceuticals. I'll go into the Jazz, then I'll go into the investor. So once I go into the investor, it is gonna show me some resources. Okay, so it's not. Um, I'm sorry, it's not getting visible to me. Not sure why. Let me just check it. I don't know why. Okay, so this is one way. Usually, what happens is in the investor section, you'll easily find, there is an RSS feed. Then another way of doing it is just go on to Google. Rather than searching for it, just go on to Google and click, put the name of the company and RSS feed. If that company website has an RSS feed, it will start showing you here, so you can see. I clicked on this. It took me to this page. It's working. I subscribe to it. Here it is. I subscribe to its zip filing. I subscribe to its events. So here you can see that you know there are different RSS feeds within Jazz. One was about news, one was about SEC filing, another was about the events. So we can put in RSS feed for all of them. Okay. Now another example is Teva. Teva. See, there are four RSS feeds which are being kept in Teva. Okay, another thing which I forgot to tell you is RSS. The full form of RSS is really simple synchronization. So, from the name itself, that it is a very simple synchronization to your application. Another fun fact about RSS is that RSS feed, can you can attach RSS feeds with your Outlook also. So if you are using an Outlook, you can configure RSS feeds to your Outlook also. Again the same way, plus sign there is. I cannot show you because my email address is an official email address on Chrome on Outlook, but the method is same. Method is same. If you go to the left side of your Outlook, there is going to be an RSS. Let me just tell you. Yeah, there is a folder by the name RSS feeds. You can just click on it and then add your RSS feed. You'll have a similar kind of plus sign. You can add RSS feed there. But I wouldn't recommend you to put RSS feeds there. I would suggest you to do that on your Chrome basically. The reason is because RSS feeds, you are going to put RSS feeds for hundreds of companies. And as soon as you do that on your Outlook, it will increase the weight of your Outlook. Obviously, everything has its own size. And then in that case, your Outlook, eventually your Outlook will become slower, and it will take more time refreshing because it's going to refresh every time, all those 100,000 feeds. So it's always better, I feel it is always better to have RSS feed on your Chrome. Now, what are the other features why I like this tool specifically? Again, there are multiple tools to do it. Okay. Okay. So there are multiple tools to do it, but why I like this? So first thing I told you that it has got two refresh signs. Okay. You can search whatever you want. For example, I want Genentech. It will search on Genentech. Okay. Takeda. So it gives me search capability also. Say now another thing is, another good fact about this is, once you read it, you can click on the right sign. It is unread now. See, this is bold, this is unbold. So it is red basically. This one is, I've read it, I've cleaned it. Now, if there are, irrelevant ones which you don't want, you can delete them from here. I've already told you about the right click features. You can group them, you can update, delete them from here. You can read the feeds from here, and then properties. Within the properties, again you have the name and everything. Then you have even update section here as well. Now moving on from here. Now what's the good, some more good things about this tool? Because this is a Chrome based tool, so it comes with certain features of Chrome as well inbuilt into it. So for example, if I subscribe to a platform which is a Spanish in a Spanish language, which publish news in Spanish language, so what you can do is, all the news which will be visible here, it will going to be in Spanish. Let's say. So for example, what I'll do is I'll come and click right click and I'll translate to English. Okay, and it will auto detect. Obviously, this is all in English. It will auto detect, and everything will start showing or getting translated in English, and it will you'll be able to read it. Okay, so that's one another feature. Then what you can do is, here on the setting sign, if you click, it can help you change the layout. Grouping I've already told you. Then you have bright and dark themes. You have default languages. You can, again, you anywhere in the world you are setting. Again, this is for everyone. So you can change the default language. So for example, if I change the default language to Russian, okay, I don't know why it's not. Okay, so you can change the default language basically. My default language is English. Okay, now comes notification, system tray, sound, tone, volume. You can adjust everything. Then history, all stories, history, import and export. So before coming and showing you all this, I cleaned up my whole RSS feeds. So how did I do that? Obviously, you might think that if I have cleaned it up, then probably I must have lost all my data. No, I've not lost my data. The reason is I exported my data. First, I clicked on the export, exported my data in either this format, which is between format, or OPML format. Usually, I go for the between format, but again, both of them are okay. Once I do that, it will, let's say, I'll do this. See, it downloaded here. You can see data.tra. It is downloaded. Now, if I want to upload it back, import it basically. So I'll click on this, click on between because I downloaded the between. It opens my desktop, and here is my, okay, my TRA file. So that's how I downloaded, and I downloaded all my data, and then I will re-upload it here, and voila, everything is set sorted. So this is helpful for you when, if you are changing laptops, if your laptop crashed or something, and you're changing your laptop to, you know to a different laptop, you can just download this and upload it there. Usually, my practice on a regular basis is every 15th day I download, create a version, latest version of this, and remove the older version. The reason is, and then I put it on the cloud basically on my Google Drive or somewhere. I put it on the cloud. The reason that if the laptop shuts down and doesn't get open, or someone has to format it, then your Chrome will be gone, and then your all your RSS feeds and everything will be gone. So you have to do that exercise again, and you might not even remember what all places you have kept the, you put the feeds off on. So I usually have this best practice that I do it every 15 day. I take a backup of this, the latest one, and remove the previous one basically, so that I have the latest version of this. And again, how this is helpful, I do the grouping. So, for example, my latest project, do the grouping based on my projects. So, all my latest project grouping, I do it together. Another thing, what you can do is you can move. So, move this also. So, for example, today I've kept it animal health separately. But if I want to, do it in a daily tracking. So, for example, if I created a group daily tracking, then I can move this to that one for like this simply, and this way you can move the company names. So, for example, if I move the name of Jazz Pharma, I usually what I do is I have daily tracking, and then weekly tracking, monthly tracking, and then not tracking. Kind of I've divided my groups. I divide in that way, and the ones which I don't track on a daily basis, I've tracked them earlier for some work project, but now I don't track them. So I keep it aside. Um, I keep them for the reason because there could be another project which will come up, and I might need that company's data again. So this data will be there as a repository. So I always do that. That's my practice. But you can always opt to remove it, and do this basically. So there goes our RSS feeds. I think this should be clearer. It is an amazing, amazing, amazing tool. It helps me help. It helps me do the tracking. I've put in a tracking across the globe in multiple languages, on all the websites, nearly all the websites. I've done RSS feeds basically, and especially pharma companies. So on an app, I usually keep the refreshing it every 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Again, that's me. But you can do it every 2 hours or 3 hours, something like that. Come in the morning, go through all your feeds, which are important feeds on a, I go through all these. Let's say these are my daily tracking deals, feeds. I come, I track what all three. So here now, right now, it is 10 updates which is shown. But if I read them today, then tomorrow whatever will come, it will come as unread on the top, and I can always go and just check them out. Okay. So, and another thing, yes, which I forgot to tell you. So you can directly go onto the. So here you can just see the glimpse of the data. Now you can, if you click on this, you will go onto this website. So okay, where we left. So you can visit this whole page basically, and read about it on your from your RSS feed, and these are all the functions of RSS feed. Um, my video ends here. And if you have any questions regarding RSS feeds, please drop in a message or drop in a comment. Write to me on an email if you need, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about RSS feeds. Um, my 30 minutes for today is sort of over. So what I'll do is I'll pick up Page Monitor and email alerts and a couple of other tools on my next video, and so on and so forth. And yeah, thank you and have a lovely day. Take care. Bye bye.